Hi everyone, good afternoon. It's Dr. Adrienne with Healthy Living Chiropractic coming to you on our Thursday afternoon live and celebrating another week in the practice. So it's still January, we're still talking about nutrition. So new year, nutrition is our topic again today. And what we're going to be focusing on today is some healthy snacks. In my practice, both in the chiropractic practice and the nutrition practice, I'm always talking to patients and counseling them on what kinds of things to eat, what not to eat. In the nutrition practice, we're having our patients do food logs. So they're reporting to me and sending to me what types of foods they're eating. So I'm taking a look at it. By no means do I sit and judge and say, ooh, you should be eating this and not that. But what I'm noticing is there's a lot of patients who eat more sugar than they should. While sugar is present in fruits and vegetables, it's also what your body turns into when you eat grains. So grains are processed as sugar. And yes, we do need sugar in order to, for energy and things like that and for certain processes inside the body. But too much sugar leads to inflammation, which then leads to illness and disease. And that's a whole nother topic that we're not going to really get into today. But too much sugar is not good. So there are also proteins and fats that are essential to our diet and to our health as well. And so what I'm noticing is not a lot of patients are having and eating quite enough protein and quite enough of the healthy fats in a day in order to kind of help the body to work at its best. So we're going to focus on those two things. And then I'm going to give you guys a number of my favorite healthy snacks that I do in my household, as well as that I bring to work and our kids like. So that's pretty awesome. And I also have a document that if you'd like to have this in hand, I can go ahead and send it to you. Just comment below and we'll get that information to you as well. All right, so let's get into protein. So protein is the kind of the building blocks, if you will, of tissues of our bodies. Our bodies are made up of proteins. Your organs, your muscles, your tendons, your skin, the organs. I think I already said organs. Enzymes, hormones are made from proteins. So proteins really make up pretty much everything. And so protein is extremely important. And protein comes from a variety of sources. The number one source is through animal proteins. So eating other animals. And obviously when you eat animals, you eat what they eat. So we always recommend grass-fed animals like grass-fed beef. Then you're eating necessarily the grass and the omega-3s that the animal is eating, not necessarily the corn, the GMO corn that a lot of conventional animals are eating. But nonetheless, animal meats are by far the best source of protein. There's eggs, full fat. Dairy products are also really high in protein, also some nuts, seeds, and there's a number of protein supplements, legumes, those beans are also high in protein as well too. So the amount of protein we should be eating on a daily basis is a little bit varied in the research. A good thing that I tend to remember is 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight. So I weigh around 150 pounds, kind of cut that in half, that's 75, that's around kilograms. I should be eating around 75 grams of protein a day. Now, if a woman is pregnant, nursing, if a person is an athlete and extremely active, and if they're elderly, say in the age 70 and up, you're going to want to increase that. So also research says about 1 gram per pound of body weight that you'd want to take, especially if you're doing those other types of activities or are in that other special population. All right, so protein is also really important with weight loss. I know come the beginning of the year, that's what a lot of people are focusing on is weight loss. Eating protein and increasing your protein intake is good for that. It keeps your body full. Your body actually metabolizes it a lot better. And it is designed, and when you eat more protein, you tend to lose weight because you're not eating as much sugar. The next thing we're going to talk about is fats. So fat has gotten a bad rap over the years. I grew up in the 80s and fat was terrible. So then carbs jumped up. That is not the case actually. So fats are actually very good for you. Your brain is made up of fat. Your neurological tissues are made up of fat. Your cell walls, or not cell walls, but your cellular membranes are made of fat. Hormones are made from fat and are processed through fat. Certain vitamins are absorbed in fat. And you can only absorb them if you have fat, like vitamin D is one of them. So fat is very important, but the quality and the type of fat is also what we need to discuss. So coconut oil and coconuts in general are a really good source of fat. Avocados, so the vegetable fats are really good for you. Olive oils, things like that, as long as they're minimally processed. And again, like we mentioned, animal fat is okay. Again, if it's grass-fed, that's ideal. What you don't want to do as far as fats is you don't want to be using and taking a lot of hydrogenated fats. So your canola oil, anything that says partially hydrogenated means that it's been processed so highly that it's very inflammatory, and you want to stay away from those. There's also been a lot of talk about seed oils being inflammatory and not necessarily healthy for you. I haven't done a ton of research on that, but it's for the same exact reason. They are very pro-inflammatory and thus not good for your tissues. So that's kind of a little bit about the fats and proteins. So I think what's important with good healthy snacks is to be able to get some good sources of protein, get some good sources of fat to help to keep you full and to help you kind of sustain throughout your day. So I've got myself a nice little list here that we're going to talk about. Again, this is the one that I can send to you. The number one thing that I do a lot in my house are smoothies. So you can use a smoothie as breakfast. Oftentimes we'll have them kind of midday as well. My favorite smoothie recipes simply just include a little bit of almond milk, unsweetened almond milk, a banana. We use a vanilla-based protein from Costco, so it's called Orgain. A couple scoops of that per the servings, however servings you're making, and then whatever frozen frozen fruits you have on hand. So we use mangoes, we use cherries, we use blueberries, and strawberries are kind of the staples in our household. Sometimes I'll toss in a half of an avocado. That gives that healthy fat piece that we discussed, but also makes it kind of creamy. It gives it a really great consistency. And then sometimes I'll add a little bit of fresh lemon and plus the rind, and that gives it a nice kind of citrusy taste. Add some good healthy vitamin C in there as well. And that's my breakfast. So a lot of times my kids will come home from school and we'll make them a smoothie. So smoothies are really great ways to get a good source of protein and tons of good vegetables in there as well. Oh, and I miss spinach. Add greens to your smoothie, especially if you have kids that don't necessarily want to eat vegetables. Spinach, you can't taste it. During the summer, I was using a lot of beet greens because we grow beets in our yard, so in our garden. So beet greens are another good source for that. All right, fresh vegetables and guacamole. I almost always have those at the office. Again, the healthy fats with the guac plus the vegetables. Raw nuts. I think I've got a bag right here of my nuts that I have at my desk. I'm always chewing on something. Beef sticks, turkey sticks. Again, try to get the grass-fed if you can. Those are really great things to do on the go. Hard-boiled eggs are another thing. Again, Costco, you'd think that I'm advertising for those guys, but I'm not. I just spend a lot of money there. Costco does have pre-peeled little packets of 2 hard-boiled eggs. So really easy to grab and go. I need to go pick up some up today because we're heading out of town. So they're great things to have when you're on the road, especially for breakfast. Turkey avocado roll-ups. You take some deli turkey, roll up, slice a piece of avocado, roll it up, and there you go. That's a good healthy snack full of protein and good healthy fats. Lettuce wraps with taco meat. So earlier this month, I put out a recipe for my Instant Pot taco chicken. So I'll throw some taco chicken or some beef and then roll it up in a lettuce wrap. You could bring that with, again, at work, or the kids can use it for their lunches for a good healthy snack or lunch. Yogurt. Yogurt is also very, very good for you, but if you look at the yogurt aisle, a ton of it is full of sugar. So your full-fat Greek yogurt that doesn't have a lot of added flair, like the Chobanis are what we use in our house. There's so many other really good brands. My kids are always wanting me to get the Chobani flips, and I'm like, it's nothing but chocolate and sugar and all that, so I won't buy those. But your regular Chobani or any other kind of full-fat Greek yogurt is a really good healthy snack as well too. Cheese sticks, we're kind of obsessed with the Baby Bells right now, the little red ones that peel open. I always have those in my house. Lara bars, I have one here. Perfect bars or other kinds of nut bars are also really good healthy snacks. You do want to look at the protein content on some granola bars. You really don't want to get ones that have 20, 30 grams of sugar. You're kind of defeating the purpose. But if you can find something that's 10 grams-ish or above, I tend to say like 8 is good too. Something that's got a higher protein source than 1 or 2 grams is going to be a better healthy snack. Apples or celery and some sort of nut butter. Apples and peanut butter is kind of a staple in our house as well too. So that's another good kind of healthy snack. And lastly, I'm going to mention one that we use quite a bit too. They're called brownie bites, where basically you use dates and walnuts, a little bit of cocoa, a little bit of almond extract, a tiny bit of water and salt, and you just put it in the Vitamix and blend it up. It comes into this kind of pasty type consistency. Roll it up into little balls, throw it in the freezer or refrigerator, and you've got some good little bite-sized healthy snacks that you can take on the go as well. So I've given you a bunch of information here. Hopefully some of these things are kind of eye-opening to you, that you can use and start implementing in your daily diet and your kids' diet. If you guys have questions, obviously feel free to comment to this or reach out to me at the office. And if you are looking for this document, just go ahead and let me know and just say me, and we'll go ahead and send it out to you. So I hope you guys are having a great day. We appreciate you all. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.